Have you found that trying to be right all the time is exhausting? My name is Michelle. I'm your emotional resilience coach, and today we're going to chat about why it's okay to not have to be right all the time. So often what happens is the reason why we feel we need to fight to the bitter end to prove that we are right is because we have somehow got the message through our lives, through society, through experiences, that being wrong means that we are intrinsically, as people, somehow wrong. And with this message, we fight all the time with everyone and everything in all circumstances. And sometimes we even fight with the reality of life itself, because we don't like to be wrong, because we make it mean something about who we are as a person. And we are human beings, which means that most of the time it's going to be 50-50. 50% of the time we're going to get it right, 50% of the time we're going to get it wrong. And it is okay. It is not the end of the world if we get it wrong. It is not a failure, and it does not mean anything about you as a person. All it means is that we have had a learning experience. There is something we can know, there is something we can grow from. This is an opportunity for us to just become that little bit wiser. Wisdom seldom comes without experience. Trying to solve everyone's problems wipes you out, because again, what is happening is you are foregoing your own needs. You're putting other people's needs first and foremost onto your radar, and you are working tirelessly to sort out their lives and fix their lives and make things okay. And the truth is that we very, very seldom know the full picture of other people's lives. So we might be giving advice, and we might be getting upset because perhaps they're not listening to our advice, but we inadvertently might actually not know everything that there is to know. And I'm not saying that people deliberately leave information out. It's just sometimes people just forget things that you might hear afterwards and go, well, that would have been important information to know. Well, that was important to the context. But the person who was sharing their story with you might not have thought about it at the time. It might be somewhere in the back of their head, and they're not taking notice of it at this point in time. Or they just kind of assume you know, or there's all sorts of lost in translation things that happen when communicating with other people. The other thing that happens is that more often than not, people want to feel heard, people want to feel understood, and people want you to hold the space for them. They don't want you to come in and necessarily fix their situation, because some situations are not actually fixable. Some situations are just horrible. Some situations need to be sat out. We need to just go with it, trust the process, and let it work itself out. And we need to trust that the people involved have the information that they need to make the best decision for themselves. As a codependent, I know you're cringing and you're thinking, but they don't know. But they always do it like this, and they always get it wrong, and then they wonder why their lives look like this, and there's all sorts of things that go on in our heads. And we can just take a deep breath and trust that they are having the exact experience that they need for themselves and their journeys. We don't know, we don't understand the lessons that other people need, the things that they need to experience for themselves. So often we get frustrated because we're like, well, you don't have to experience it. I can tell you what it's going to be like. I can tell you what the end result is going to be. And that is true, maybe because we've seen it, or maybe because we have enough foresight to be able to see, all right, this is what this road is going to do. But for some people, they don't really know, they don't really understand until they've had that experience for themselves. Our direct experience is our teacher. And some people just cannot skip that process. They just cannot go, okay, well, I'm going to trust you on it. Their brains are going to argue with them. Their brains are going to fight with them. Their brains are going to need the experience for them to be able to come out of it with knowledge and not just hearsay, and be able to say, oh, okay, I get it. I get it for next time. And it wasn't a waste of time. It didn't waste your time. It didn't waste their time. It was a journey and an experience that, yes, is painful, and it is very painful for us sometimes to sit back and witness other people's journeys when we know that so much could be prevented, so much pain could be skipped, so much heartache could be missed out if people were to just listen. And I know that you just want to help, and you want to make better, and you want to take their pain away from them so that they don't have to feel it, so that they don't have to experience it. Perhaps you have been in the same or very, very similar situation where you're saying to somebody, I know, listen to me. And they're not wanting to listen to you. And it's not personal. It's just that they need to have that experience for themselves. They need to go through that and hit their heads for themselves to be able to understand and know what it is that you are trying to help them through and what it is that you are trying to say. The wonderful thing about this experience is that not having to always give advice and not having to always go around and fix people and fix people's situations allows you a lot of time to just step back, be there, and love the person. But you can bring your focus back into your own life, into your own needs, and what it is that you need to solve for you. So often, the reason why codependents get so caught up in fixing other people's lives and trying to sort other people out is because when we have to look at our own, when we have to sit with our own, when we have to be with ourselves, it is painful and it is uncomfortable. And so we much prefer going forth and fixing other people. Then at least we feel we're doing something. We're not just wasting our time. It is a good opportunity for us to come back to ourselves. We can never run away from ourselves, our pains, our heartaches, our disappointments, our upsets. They are always going to be there. And it is a good opportunity for us to say, hey, it's time to look at me now. It's time for me to sort this out. Because by sorting out you and your pains and your upsets and your heartaches and sorting out your journey allows you to show up better for these people in your life that you love so very much and that you want to help. You can help them when you come from a place of strength and when you come from a place of being able to hold that space for them without fixing, judging, criticizing. And I don't think you do that in a mean-spirited way, but sometimes we do that in a worry way, well, if you just did it like this, we can step away from that drama, we can step away from that attention, and it opens up our relationships for more love, trust, and understanding. I hope you have a most empowered day. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notifications button. And as always, I love to hear from you.